Hey, what's up, everyone? This is the watch list video for Wednesday, February 16th. I'm showing you the daily chart of the SPY. We had a very narrow range today. Look at that. I mean, all day just chop, 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 but it did go out at its highs. My favorite idea put forth in the chat today was SPCE, which we threw on our gap play watch list early on, before the market opened, actually. And I'm just going to show you 5-minute candles. So this is the opening 5-minute candle. You can see it pushed up to 909 and then, looked like it was going to sell off. And Clinton in chat gave the idea of the second mouse through 9, and you'll see it here on the next candle. So there's a whole number inflection point with the earlier high above, probably some shorts caught from fading that gap up, and man, this thing never looked back. So it was a pretty cool call, 9 entry, and it went to almost 11. So that was my favorite from chat. A couple of other profitable plays as well, but for the most part, a lot of stuff chopped sideways. I really dropped the ball on BKKT as far as not calling and or taking a Tokyo trade on this volume spike, but before it broke the highs. Could have even done a second mouse through 8. And then I put in a bid on a pullback after it did this, but I pulled my bid because I'd heard the news squawk say something. I didn't hear really the details, but something negative about Bitcoin, and I was watching Bitcoin fall at that moment, so I just pulled my bid, and even that pullback bid would have been a nice little trade. Anyway, but a decent day, and as I've been saying, you've got to be patient and wait for A-plus setups and don't overtrade this market, right? Wayne says it all the time, there are trades to be had, and he's right. You got to just wait for the setups, and then that's when you put money to work, right? You just don't overtrade it. So anyway, having said all that, there's the SPY again. What are we watching for tomorrow? Definitely want to watch this SPCE. It's got a nice long base formed here and a big breakout of that base, so it could easily get a continuation day tomorrow. If we get an A-plus intraday setup, because I make my money between the bells, we will certainly try to trade that one, right? Got to have an A-plus setup. BKKT, I like the looks of the chart still. Talked about this one already. Topped out at 860 4 sessions ago, and then today hit 860. So I love that over 860 tomorrow, especially if Bitcoin is strong. SPLK kind of tried to break out yesterday. Today, kind of a quiet inside day. I look for a third day play there. KSCP, I did make a trade in this one today. Made a few bucks on it, but quiet inside day after the pop yesterday. Still a lot of bag holders, so keep that longer term chart in mind, but I still think it's worth keeping an eye on for a setup. Cinedigm, CIDM, nice volume today and a pretty strong close, not too far off its highs. See if it gives some kind of follow through setup tomorrow. I want to watch GME, GameStop. There's nothing really standing out here, but it's had a nice move here and it's kind of flagging. A lot of shorts in the name. Same with AMC. Had a nice move here and kind of flagging. So, and those two tend to run together. So I'm just going to keep those two on charts. DDOG had the gap up on earnings, sold off, and now you've kind of got a 2-day high. Yesterday's high 170, today's high right below that at 169.82. So certainly interesting over 170 tomorrow if we get a setup, right? A low risk setup. So keep that one on watch. RIVN. I don't know. I don't love this one, but it's getting a little bit of extra volume. Looking for kind of a breakout of this range. It does feel like it's finally bottomed. So I'm not in love with it, but I'm going to keep it on watch. JOBY I had on the gap playlist today, and it gave a nice inside fives. I don't know, man. I didn't see it. And it never looked back. I didn't catch this one. Started watching, called a couple pullback ideas, and it just didn't pull back enough to fill me. But a nice volume day, and it continues this nice run off the lows, so maybe a continuation day tomorrow. Feels like, a little bit extended in the short term, but I'm definitely going to have it on a chart. AFRM, we never did get that break of the early high we talk about. Look, there's the early high, 45.20. I'd said late in the day I like it back through 45, but we ran out of time. It's trading a little bit over 45 in after hours. It just goes right back on the bounce play watch list. STZ, maybe overdone in the short term. That was an ugly day. I'm just going to look for a little bit of a snapback bounce tomorrow, see if it gives a setup. UPST in after hours is trading at 143 right now, so potential gapper tomorrow. As the same as Hook, potential gapper tomorrow. It's trading at 195. So those are my two gappers, and we'll add other gappers in the pre-market that we find as well. Should be plenty to trade tomorrow. Again, you got to stay focused and you got to be there when the setups happen. So, you know, put some snacks on your trading desk, and do what I do and get a treadmill and a standing desk. So, you know, you get a little exercise, but it keeps you in front of your screens. All right. Anyway, I'm done babbling. I'll see you guys in the chat room in the morning.